Today, we're heading to a true gem of southwest China, Kunming. That's Kuning, Kunming, the capital of Yunnan province. This is a place where geography, history, and a booming economy all come together in a really fascinating way. Kunming is famous all across China and really beyond by this one captivating name, the City of Eternal Spring, or Chuncheng. So what exactly gives it that incredible reputation? Well, we're about to find out. First things first, let's get our bearings. As you can see right here on the map, Kunming is tucked away deep in China's southwest, in Yunnan province. And its position is absolutely crucial, not just for its climate, but also for its role as a gateway to Southeast Asia. So here's our game plan to really get a handle on Kunming. We're going to start by unpacking what makes it the City of Eternal Spring. Then, we'll trace its journey from a remote frontier town to a major strategic hub. After that, we'll check out its incredible flower market, its vital role as a transport connector, and finally, what life is actually like in this modern metropolis. Okay, so about that famous nickname. The whole secret to Kunming's amazing climate lies in its unique geography. It's all about life up on the plateau. So here's the deal. Kunming sits way up high, about 1,900 meters, or 6,200 feet on the Yunnan-Gidso Plateau. But at the same time, it's at a really low latitude just north of the Tropic of Cancer. This combination, it's the magic formula. The high elevation keeps it from getting crazy hot in the summer, while that low latitude protects it from the bitter cold you might find elsewhere in the winter. And the numbers right here, they really tell the story. I mean, look at July, the peak of summer, and the average high is a totally pleasant 24 degrees Celsius. Then check out January, the coldest month, where it barely ever drops to freezing. You can also see that distinct monsoon season, with the rainy days really jumping up between May and October. It's this remarkable consistency that earns it the name City of Eternal Spring. All right, so let's shift gears and look at how Kunming transformed from what was basically a remote frontier outpost into the strategic center that it is today. Its history is just a story of constant evolution. For centuries, Kunming was really on the edge of the Chinese Empire. It wasn't until 1276, under the Mongol-led Yuan dynasty, that it was made Yunnan's provincial capital. But the real game changer, the moment everything shifted, came in 1910. The French built a railway connecting it to Vietnam. That one move just shattered its isolation and completely set the stage for its huge role in the 20th century. World War II fundamentally reshaped Kunming. As coastal China fell, refugees, factories, and even entire universities packed up and relocated here. It became the vital endpoint for the legendary Burma Road and the incredibly dangerous humped airlift over the Himalayas. This period really cemented its status as a critical Allied base and, for the first time, a modern industrial city. Now, let's jump into Kunming's modern economy, which is defined by one of the most vibrant and fragrant industries you can possibly imagine. Locals actually call it the beautiful economy. And at the heart of all this is the Dunnan Flower Market, or Donanhuaxi. Now, this isn't just some local market. This place is a global powerhouse. It's the largest fresh-cut flower trading hub in all of Asia and the second largest in the entire world. The sheer scale is it's hard to wrap your head around. In a single year, over 14 billion flower stems pass through this market. That's enough to give nearly 2 fresh flowers to every single person on the planet. It's a staggering volume, supplying flowers not just to every corner of China, but to over 50 countries worldwide. And this really puts Kunming's dominance into perspective. Thanks to that perfect climate, Yunnan province, with Kunming at its very core, supplies 7 out of every 10 fresh-cut flowers sold in the absolutely massive Chinese market. But it's not all about flowers. Kunming has a really powerful industrial backbone, built on the province's rich mineral resources. It's got major sectors in things like metallurgy, steel production, and tobacco processing. So you've got all this industrial and agricultural output. You got to get it somewhere, right? And that brings us to Kunming's next major identity, its role as a critical modern transit hub connecting all of southwest China. Kunming is just a massive hub for getting around. Its airport is one of the busiest in the world. Its South Railway Station is a key link in China's huge high-speed rail network. And maybe most importantly for the future, it's the starting point for international lines like the China-Laos Railway, linking the country directly with Southeast Asia. And if you're actually in the city, getting around is a breeze. They've got a clean, efficient metro system with 6 lines that seamlessly connect the airport, the train stations, and all the city's sprawling districts. Okay, so we've talked climate, history, economy, but what's it actually like to live there? Let's take a look at the human side of Kunming, a city that somehow blends its massive scale with a really unique quality of life. First off, it's a huge city, home to over 8.6 million people. And it's not just big, it's incredibly diverse. It's kind of a microcosm of the entire Yunnan province, with more than 25 different ethnic minority groups living there, all contributing to this rich and vibrant cultural fabric. Despite its size, Kunming has this reputation for being one of China's more spacious megacities. And compared to these super dense cities on the East Coast, residents and expats really prize it for its open spaces, its beautiful parks like Green Lake, and just an overall more relaxed, high-quality lifestyle. All right, let's tie this all together. So what have we learned? Kunming is the spring city because of that unique plateau climate. It's a historic gateway that transformed from a remote outpost into a strategic hub. It is the undisputed flower capital of Asia, and it's a vital logistics node connecting China to all of its neighbors to the south. And that leaves us with a final thought. With its new high-speed rail lines and its central role in China's huge Belt and Road Initiative, Kunming isn't just growing anymore, it's actively reshaping the economic and logistical map of all of mainland Southeast Asia. What's that going to look like in another decade? Well, that is the big question.